What is up, people? Steve's Aquarium here with Halftime Josh and Jalen here. We are at the Aquatic Expo. We're about to look at some amazing tanks. Stay tuned. So what got you into aquariums?
Short version of the story. 7 years old is when I got in. My dad had a buddy that was a fish breeder in Milwaukee. We're talking old school. His entire basement is full of tanks, and he got me interested. I grew up on a lake, and I remember as a boy sneaking out of the house at like 5 a.m. in summer days, creeping up on the lake, and it was still as glass, and seeing all the fish swimming in the lake. And it was crystal clear, and you could see all we had bass and carp and northerns and garfish and sunfish.
I got a bass on my wall at home. I caught it. I love fishing.
I grew up with fish. Yeah, that's what got me in.
And if you could name your top fish that is your favorite fish, what would it be?
Right now, that is the Espay reservoir. It's a small but mighty fish, huge character. When they feed, it's just this crazy frenzy at the surface. I love it. The batch I have right now, I bred myself. So I have 30 plus of them in my largest forest scale, and they just pop. They're such awesome fish.
And one last question before we go. What would be your number one tip to anyone that is trying to get into the hobby?
The aquarium hobby is wonderful because anyone can begin. It's very easy to start, and it'll keep your interest for a long time. In my case, a lifetime, because it's so hard to master. There's so many different facets. It's a wonderful hobby. There's no other hobby like it where it combines nature, animals, chemistry with the water quality, plants, gardening, photography, on and on. It's just a fascinating hobby. For me, I like to do it, and I continue to do it, and I love to create, like the tank over there. I consider it living art, and my title is aquarium artist.
got you started in the aquarium hobby?
Going all the way back to the early 1980s. A goldfish my grandmother had on her kitchen counter. That pretty much got me started when I was maybe about 3 years old. And old, I had my first tank, and I've been going ever since.
Wow.
And what would be your top favorite fish of all time? What would be your favorite one?
Freshwater, saltwater, do we have to combine it, or one of each?
One from fresh, one from salt.
I'd have to say for freshwater, we're looking at Laguna African cichlids that have more like a blueberry morph. Freaking awesome. Saltwater, green mandarin or yellow tang, they're classics. They pretty much cross fish.
And one last question before we let you go. What would be a piece of advice you would give to a new person getting into the hobby?
Keep it simple. Just keep it simple. Don't buy into all the crap you see on the internet. Read a book or two from the top people like Julian Sprung and those guys who put out the good literature. Read the books, then go supplement the information on the internet. But get the foundation from the people who've been here forever.